This is part two of the soft skills final. So, for my thoughts on what I've gained from this class, from reading the three books, I feel like the Five Dysfunctions of a Team was the best book that we read, and the book I can probably use the most upon graduation, with mainly just going down from each dysfunction, from inattention to results, avoidance of accountability, lack of commitment, fear of conflict, and absence of trust. So, I think being able to address all five of those possible problems when the time comes on a job site, I think is probably the best thing that we've learned in this class, and what's going to help me out the most. So, just starting from the top, from inattention to results, I've seen that a lot on in my first and second internship, not so much in my third. But my first internship, just working for a roofing company, the director of roof operations that I worked like right under, kind of like his assistant, he didn't really care when things got done. He never applauded anyone about getting everything done. Never celebrated jobs getting finished. It was all about on to the next. I think his main thing was he just wanted to make as much money as he possibly could, which a lot of people want to do that, and they obviously want to make money. But that was, I feel like, his only priority, and it really made some of his crew members and crew leaders start to dislike him, and I could see that whenever they come into the office. The next being avoidance of accountability. I saw that most my second internship at Manhattan. One of the senior estimators, he never wanted to take kind of like or he never wanted to take any responsibility for his actions. He would approve bids that are way too much money, that they're just overpricing us on every single part of their that certain trade, and he never really wanted to own up and like tell us, okay, hey, I made this mistake. And that, I think that was like something that I know I can actually do in on a job site, is if I miss something, I'll admit that and actually be able to change it. Uh, the third, for lack of commitment, I saw that the most on my most recent internship, being in the field, was the lack of commitment by the glass foreman. He would never commit to getting any of his to like being on schedule. He would always say, "Oh no, we'll get it done. Don't worry about it." But he would never like give us an exact day when we needed exact days to update the schedule, update the owners. I think his lack of commitment really brought down the entire job site, honestly, because whenever he's hanging up all that glass, he really can't have anyone getting in his way. But since he never committed to working on either like a certain section of the project, or like a certain date, it screwed the entire schedule. I think his lack of commitment really divided the entire job site. Fear of conflict, I saw that the most at Manhattan again, with the chief estimator. He would always just kind of like blow everything by and never really. If someone messed up, you need, especially as a chief estimator and being the person who leads all of our estimating meetings, you have to be able to call people out on when they're not doing everything correctly, or if they're not making the deadline, you have to call them out. And he just kind of let everything go by, and I'd noticed it the entire summer. And then the last one, absence of trust. Uh, I haven't really seen that too much on job site. It might be tying a little bit into the glass guy, like not none of us ever being able to trust him. But I think how I can uh, make sure that I don't have that problem on the job site and in my career is just building the relationship with someone, and then once that's built, you're obviously gonna be able to trust them, and like they're gonna be able to get their part of the trade done, and I'm like I won't have to ever worry about that person because I'm gonna be able to trust that they're whatever they tell me is correct. If they say they're gonna be done on Friday, they'll be done on Friday. If they need more days, um, like they need more days, I just need them to tell me that because if they're not done on Friday and they never told me or anything, that's an absence of trust and like that makes me not believe them anymore whenever they tell me their deadlines. So yeah, I think the Five Assumptions of a Team was definitely the best book that we read out of the semester. I feel like can definitely help me the most on the job site.